But hold on, but they put it in the media that they offered you 25%.
And that's a lie. Well, no, they did offer me.
Okay.
That's true.
And that 25% would have came out to be more money than you ever made. That was the report.
So the offer was real. Shakur Stevenson confirming that the offer was real. Okay, so let me break all this down and let me give the analysis to end this entire ducking saga with Devin the American Dream Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Frank Martin. All right. So Shakur Stevenson confirming that the 25% offer was real. What wasn't real was the $8 million.
And that 25% would have came out to be more money than you ever made. That was the report.
They say $8 million.
I see everything.
So if it was $8 million, right? How much would he have made? Well, you think he was making $24 million versus me? Top Rank is doing the fight.
The math ain't mathing. That makes sense to me. That it was not a serious, that report of $8 million wasn't real, because that means that Devin the American Dream Haney would get $20+ million. Okay. And, you know, Devin the American Dream Haney has never gotten over $10 million, I don't think. Like 20+ million, that's ridiculous. Bob Arum, he once stated famously that he was losing money with Terrence Bud Crawford. Hell, if you give Devin the American Dream Haney plus 20 million, I don't give a damn who he's fighting, you're looking to put yourself out of business. And that's the Black Two Sugars Board. We'll never forget. A little bit of cream. Okay, so Shakur Stevenson said that 25% that was offered to him was lower than his last 3 fights.
They offered me less than I made in my last 3 fights for supposedly the biggest fight of my career.
Which, I mean, we have to take his word for it. I don't know if the 25%, that cut would be less than his last. I don't know, right? We just got to take his word for it. And if that is the truth, okay, that's a huge distinction between his offer of 25% to Frank Martin, because he did offer Frank Martin 25%.
Told him, look, I'm getting this much, you get this much. He tried to act like it wasn't 25%, but it is.
And Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back on how he felt about Frank Martin.
That is a straight, I never seen nobody more made than Frank Martin. Frank Martin is the most bitches in the world.
Okay, so what's the difference? The 25% Shakur Stevenson offering Frank Martin, and the 25% Devin the American Dream Haney is offering to Shakur Stevenson. Here's the distinction. The 25% offered to Frank Martin would have been his highest payday, 4 times his highest payday.
$250,000. We offered him $1 million. $250,000 4 times. That means we offered quadruple more than he ever made in his entire career. His team agreed to the fight and then pulled out the fight. How is that not a duck?
Right. So that $1 million offered to Frank Martin, him turning that down as his highest payday, that's the distinction with the offer from Devin Haney to Shakur Stevenson, right? So it would be one of Shakur's lower paydays since he, developed himself as a professional name, okay? And we must think about due to Devin Haney, which was one of my biggest points, him taking such a low percentage against Kambosos. He did it. Well, there's that same distinction there. The money that he earned from the Kambosos fight, which was 2-point-something million reportedly, 2.8 or something like that. Fact check me on that. Plus, he got a percentage of the pay-per-view numbers. That money was higher than his fight with Jojo Diaz. Okay, so it's one of his higher paydays, if not his highest payday. So that's another distinction. Shakur Stevenson did say that he took the WBC route to try to get that fight.
Why not say, you know what? I'm going to take that to beat your ass and take your hope.
I didn't say no. I went to another direction. I said, okay, I'm going to enforce the WBC to do their job. So I enforced my mandatory. Once I enforced my mandatory, this man gave up the belt and moved up to 140.
So here's my analysis. Just to end the entire saga, I want to say this. Do I think Devin, the American Dream, really wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135? No.
I don't think so.
I think his warrior spirit, I think his integrity said, look, I'm going to put an offer on the table before I leave. All right, but I don't think he really wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson because he's not that good anymore at 135. All right, I mean, his body just can't do it. You see him looking like E.T. every time you get on the damn scale, right? Like I once famously said, he looks like a trophy of Devin the American Dream Haney. So you want the best to fight the best at their best. I'm going to ask you guys, the boxing fans, would you guys really want to see Shakur Stevenson versus Devin the American Dream Haney? Well, Devin the American Dream Haney not quite at his best, okay? In my opinion, we saw that with Errol the True Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Though I think Terrence Bud Crawford, I don't want the Bud Buddies to get moist. I know you guys are ready to tear up. But I do think Terrence Bud Crawford is a better fighter. I don't think that's Errol the True Spence's best weight. That's why he went up to 154 immediately, okay? So, and Terrence Crawford is offering Errol Spence the rematch at 147. Why? Because he know that he can't really do well at 147. Errol Spence is not going to fight him at 147, meaning Terrence Bud Crawford doesn't really want the rematch where Errol Spence...
Terrence Bud Crawford doesn't really want the rematch where Errol Spence...
Which I can understand. I get it. Same as Devin the American Dream Haney. He's not going to be his best at 135. He's now a 145 fighter, fighting a guy that a lot of people have ducked in Regis Prograis. So it's not like Devin the American Dream Haney isn't a warrior. He's just not his best at lightweight. Do we really want to see Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson? I know it's the best versus the best, but at their best, not so much. So at the end of the day, who ducked who? I'm going to tell you who really ducked, in my opinion, and that's Frank Martin. Other than Frank Martin, did Shakur Stevenson duck Devin the American Dream Haney? A duck? Well, if it was a duck, if he didn't want to fight him, he wouldn't have went the WBC route, all right? Devin the American Dream Haney, did he really want to fight Shakur Stevenson? I don't think he really wanted to fight him, all right? If you guys want to call that a duck, okay. But I wouldn't want to even see the damn fight if Devin Haney is not going to be his best self. Let me know how you all feel in the comments below. ShowBizz for Adult. I'm out.